So at Minecon Earth 2018, in the biome chooser, the biome that I feel deserves the update the most is... Hey, what's up guys? Brandon here, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today, guys, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're not going to be playing Minecraft, but we will be discussing Minecraft. So today, I'm going to be going over essentially everything you need to know going into the Minecon Earth event, as well as everything pertaining to the new Minecraft update. So yeah, that is right. You guys heard me correctly. There is a new Minecraft update coming. If you guys haven't really been paying attention to the Minecraft news or tweets or anything like that, then yeah, this is the video for you, because we will be going over everything on what to expect, as well as I will be sharing my opinion and thoughts on, everything that is being discussed here, as well as I'm actually curious to hear what you guys think. So at any point during the video, if you guys have an opinion about the biome being updated, about what I'm saying, anything like that, feel free to comment it down below. I'm definitely very, very interested in hearing what you guys have to say, as well as sort of just opening up a discussion about, I guess, just the game in general. What biomes need updating, what biomes maybe don't, and what these features could potentially look like. So yeah, if this sounds like the video for you, make sure to go down below, comment, and slap a like on the video. Show your support, and let's get started. So I've sort of written down some notes over here because I tried to do a video on this before, and I just rambled on for about 30 minutes and was very incoherent. So I'm going to try and sort of keep this video structured and short and sweet so that you guys can just kind of get to the point and get the information and get out. So, Minecraft. What's going on over here is that there is the Minecon Earth event. If you guys don't know what Minecon Earth is, it's basically a giant convention celebrating Minecraft, and also where they introduce a lot of new features. If you guys weren't around for the Minecon Earth event last year, basically that's where they announced the update Aquatic, gave a bunch of sneak peek footage, and was also where the community got to vote for what mob got added. That's where we had the 4 different mobs about, there was like the underwater one, the flying one, the nether one, and then the one that looked like Trapinch from Pokemon. Those 4, community voted, and we got the flying ones, which are now the Phantoms. So yeah, that is basically how the format worked last year, and it's very, very similar this year, just with a little bit of tweaks. Instead of there being a general update with the community voting for one specific feature, the community is actually voting for the entire update now, which is actually pretty revolutionary. So I'm going to get into that and read the article. So this is written by Tom Stone, published yesterday, and this says, vote for the biome we update next. So essentially, during the Minecon Earth livestream, which is this Saturday, so you guys should definitely tune into that, or go to one of your local Microsoft stores, or, I guess, events. There will be a lot of viewing parties going on during the time, so you can check minecraft.net, and they will have all the party locations. And I definitely recommend doing that, because myself, along with all of the other block members, except for Fusion Droid, will actually be attending the Bellevue Microsoft Store party. So if you guys would like to meet us and are in the Seattle area, I definitely urge you guys to go to that store, go check it out, meet up with us, say hi, things like that. Because yeah, I'd definitely love to see and meet a bunch of you guys. But moving on. So yeah, so during that event, we will be able to vote for what we want. So the 3 options that we got, they're going to be doing a biome update this year. We got the Taiga biome, the Savanna biome, and the desert biome. Now I'm assuming you guys know what these biomes are, considering you're watching a Minecraft video, but for those guys who might have randomly clicked on this video by mistake, the desert is, well, a desert, sand everywhere. The Savanna is just endless plains where we have acacia trees, and the Taiga biome, I believe, is the one with Podzol. I'm actually gonna double check that. Good thing I just double checked that, because it turns out the one with Podzol is actually the Mega Taiga biome. A Taiga biome is essentially the biomes where wolves spawn in, so that's actually good to know going into that. So we got the biome that wolves spawn in, which generally has spruce trees, ferns, etc. We got the Savanna, the plains, and the desert, which is a desert. So the big thing to note, first of all, is that all 3 of these biomes will be updated eventually. So regardless of which one you vote for, all 3 of them will eventually get updated. However, what this focuses on is which biome should they update first. So we got to look at this logically and decide which one would be best to be updated first. So if you guys are wondering how to vote, essentially it will be on Twitter. There will be a vote down here. It kind of shows how Twitter polls work. Someone will tweet something out saying, like, which biome do you want to vote for? And there should be 4 options. All you have to do is click on the one you want to do and click the vote button, and it'll be good. All you have to do is go on Twitter. So if you guys don't have a Twitter and do want to vote, I do definitely recommend making an account, and of course going and following me at BrandonCrafter, link in the description. Sorry, I have to plug myself, I gotta do it. But yeah, if you guys do want to vote, that is basically the only way how I believe. So go make an account. Now, moving on, we are going to go in depth into all of the features that are now proposed with the 3 new biomes. So first off, we have the desert biome. As you guys can see, we got Jens and Agnes right over here, and this is the desert biome. Now, here are the 2 changes that they are proposing. Right over here, we got a meerkat under a palm tree, and that right there is the update. They are proposing that they add palm trees and that they add meerkats. Now, I have mixed feelings about the desert update, because out of the 3 biomes, I would say that the desert biome is the most deserved of getting an update. It is one of the oldest biomes in the game. It is fairly empty, save for desert temples. So I do definitely believe that it is the most in need of an update. However, the way that they're doing it isn't exactly the way I had envisioned. When you think deserts, you think somewhere kind of barren, somewhere kind of dangerous. Palm trees and meerkats don't exactly scream dangerous to me. I was thinking more along the lines of scorpions, rattlesnakes, etc. kind of thing. So I am a little perplexed as to why they decided to go in this route and why they chose meerkats of all things. I am honestly, I don't know why. I also don't know why there's palm trees in the desert, because palm trees usually appear on beaches or in the desert if they have oases, which are kind of small little like paradise-like areas within deserts that have, you know, water, trees, greenery, shrubbery, etc. Because the deserts tend to be quite barren. So I don't really know, and I'm not quite sure about a lot of the behaviors, which is kind of an issue going into this, because I am giving you my opinion on what I am currently voting for. However, I don't know a lot of the behaviors of the mobs. So the behaviors will generally influence my decision if they are announced what they do at Minecon Earth. So yeah, palm trees, I don't know. It looks like there could be like a new wood block, as well as maybe like a new seed, like coconuts or maybe like palm fronds or something like that. That would be pretty neat if that was added, but I don't know. I personally am a little underwhelmed, because I feel like the desert is the biome that is in most desperate need of an update, and I don't feel like these 2 features are quite enough to pull it off. So I definitely think they're going in the right direction. It's just I think that perhaps more is needed. So moving on, we have now the Taiga biome, and as you guys can see off of first glance, there are actually 3 new features teased here, which is pretty good. That's 1 more than the desert biome. So right off the bat, we have berries right over here, we have the campfire, and we have foxes. So I'm going to sort of talk about each of them on their own. So the berries, that idea, I think it's actually a very, very neat idea, having, you know, wild berries sort of spawn. It's a good way to get food in early survival, and I don't know whether you can get seeds and plant them yourselves or whether they're only wildly grown. I definitely do like the idea. I think maybe the latter would be better, having just them be wildly grown exclusively. That'd be pretty cool. Add a new little like mechanic to the game, and yeah, I like it. Moving on to the campfire. Upon further sort of, I guess, thinking, I realized that the campfire sort of raises more questions than it answers for me personally. Because, okay, consider this, right? You got a campfire, but this is a biome update. So it raises 2 questions for me. 1, can the campfire be crafted, or will it only spawn in the biome? Because if it can be crafted wherever, then that's not really a biome-specific feature. And if it only spawns in the Taiga biome, then it's like, why? Like, it's odd. It's odd to me. And the second question would be, is it aesthetically pleasing, or is it functional? Like, if you put down a campfire or you find one, will it be able to cook things, or will it have any other function than just providing light and looking pretty? Because I feel like if it just provides light and looks cool, then it's like, okay, it's a torch that moves. That's kind of cool, but it would be a little disappointing. I hope that you were able to, like, you know, maybe get like a raw steak or something, or like not a raw steak, but like, you know, raw beef or raw pork, and be able to actually cook it at the campfire. I feel like that would be a very, very cool idea. And if they do end up doing that, then I will absolutely love the campfire. I think it's a great addition. But it raises a lot more questions than it answers. And moving on to the final feature, which are the foxes. Now, I like the idea of a new mob, but you guys are going to hear me repeat this over and over throughout this video. Adding a new mob is cool, and I definitely support it, but the problem arises when the mob is potentially too similar to previous iterations or to previous mobs. So take the foxes, for example. Right now, these foxes look alarmingly similar to wolves. And on top of that, they spawn in taiga biomes, which is where wolves spawn. So I definitely like the idea of foxes, but if foxes are literally just wolves with slightly different behaviors, I don't think I can vote for this. Like, I don't think I like that idea if they're so drastically, like, similar to wolves. So I guess the question kind of hinges upon their behaviors, and I hope that, like, what they do is revealed during the live stream, because I honestly don't know whether I would vote for this or not, simply because you would need to do something super drastic to make the foxes super different from wolves. And off the top of my head, I can't really think of anything that would do that. Like, what can you do to make foxes really, really different from wolves? Because wolves are neutral and you can tame them, but if you punch them, they become hostile. And the dev team has stated that they are not sure whether foxes are going to be friendly, neutral, or hostile, meaning that if you want to tame foxes, therein right there is another similarity to wolves. And I don't know. I really, really hope that they will be different from wolves, and if they are, then that is definitely an idea that I can get behind and that I can really, really support and like. But until that point, it's just kind of up in the air. I'm very unsure about it. But yeah, so as a whole, the taiga biome, I have a lot of questions about it. I definitely think it looks very, very cool. I definitely think it would add a lot more kind of variety to it. But I guess I need these questions answered before I can sort of decide whether I want to vote for it or not. And finally, moving on to the last biome, we have the Savanna biome with, of course, our acacia tree showing off in the background. And there are 3 new features right over here. We got the baobab, which is the brand new giant tree being added, and that's pretty cool. I don't know, I'm about as enthusiastic as a baobab as I am for a palm tree. We might get a new type of wood, that new type of leaves, that would be pretty cool. You know, add variety to builds, things like that. I don't know what color wood it would actually be, because we have a lot of dark wood, we got light birch wood, we got acacia with that like orangish feel, so I don't know, maybe like a greenish type of wood. I don't know how they could make it like different, so I'm actually curious to see how that occurs if this does win. Now moving on to the other 2 features, ostriches and termites. I'm going to cover the ostriches first because I have a lot to discuss about the termites. So the ostriches, I think it's a great feature. Whether we can ride it or not would be very, very cool. It'd be cool if we could, but I totally understand if we can't. And I guess to reiterate, the ostriches sort of share the same problem with the foxes, in that they definitely have the potential to become a great mob, and I definitely think it is a good idea from Mojang, but the only thing I want them to ensure is that the mob that's being introduced is drastically different from a current mob. So with foxes, you have comparisons to wolves. With ostriches, you can compare them to normal chickens. So my hope is that ostriches will be drastically different towards chickens, and honestly, so long as they are, then I am perfectly okay with it. Same with foxes. Like, so long as their behaviors are drastically different from the mob that currently exists, I think that it's a great idea. Now moving on to the final feature, which are the termites. Now, termites, I think, are a great idea. Now, it may seem kind of underwhelming, because the termites do have the mud mound, and it's like, oh, it's a bug. But name a bug that currently exists in Minecraft. Not like a glitchy bug, like an actual insect. Silverfishes don't really count, because those are like fantasy type of mobs. And other than that, I can't really think of an insect that exists. And so I feel like introducing termites to the game would actually be very, very interesting, because it sort of opens up a door to, okay, now we have a new type of mob. We now have a bug. And now it's sort of like, okay, we have termites, they seem to like it. What if we add ants? What if we add bees? So I definitely think that the termite is definitely the most unique thing being added right now, because personally I can't really relate it to a previous mob that exists in the game. So I definitely do think that it is very, very interesting, and I'm very, very curious to see what their behaviors are like and whether or not they drop anything or do anything. Alrighty guys, so it is the moment you have all been waiting for, hopefully. Hopefully it is the moment you have been waiting for, but it's time for me to reveal what biome I am going to be voting for. So at Minecon Earth 2018, in the biome chooser, the biome that I feel deserves the update the most is the Savanna biome. And yeah, I don't know, it might have been kind of fairly obvious when I was talking about each sort of biome and giving my opinions on it, but given the current information that we have about it, I feel like this is the only biome that I can comfortably say that I think should be updated, which is a little bit backwards for me, personally, because if you just consider the biomes, right, I think the desert biome is the most deserving of an update, and the Savanna is the least. But given the features that we saw, it swaps for me. Because I feel like the desert deserves so much more, and I like the changes that are being shown in the Savanna biome. However, if new information is dropped between now and the end of the live stream, who knows, I might change it. See, I just want to make something very, very clear, guys. Don't vote for the Savanna biome just because I'm voting for it. It doesn't benefit me in any way. It doesn't really benefit anyone specific in any way. What I want you guys to do is I want you guys to actually vote for the biome that you think deserves it the most. Which biome deserves the most love? If you guys think that the desert biomes are just absolutely amazing, the features that they did, then vote for the desert biome. It is completely up to you guys, and I feel like you guys should do what you want. Basically, take the information I've given you and make your own conclusions from it. You don't have to take everything I say. Take what I say as a grain of salt. These are my opinions, and I definitely urge you guys to formulate your own. And so, going off of that with your guys' own opinions, I also want you guys to comment down below what biome you guys will be voting for, because I'm actually very, very curious if there are other people, you know, I'm sure there are people out there who want to vote for the Taiga biome, who want to vote for the desert biome, and I am genuinely curious to hear what your guys' reasons are, and to just kind of understand your perspective as well. So definitely comment down below what you're going to vote for, include why you're going to vote for it, or maybe include, you know, why you don't want to vote for a specific biome, anything like that, just anything to sort of get the discussion started. So yeah, I definitely will be reading all of the comments down below so that I can sort of gain a better understanding on this topic, and yeah, that is about it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. As always, if you guys did, make sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe if you guys are new. And also, one quick thing before we go. The block, which is myself, Rage Elixir, AA12, your boy Action, Hooperdo, and Dicey's, as well as Fusion Droid, will be attending a Minecon party. Fusion Droid won't be able to be there, sadly, but everyone else will be. So if you guys want to meet up with us, we will be attending the Bellevue Microsoft Store viewing party that is in Bellevue, Washington. So yeah, if you guys are in the area, in like Seattle or somewhere in Washington, and you guys want to come meet us, then there you go. We will be at the store from, I believe, about 9 a.m. Actually, about 8 a.m. to about 11 a.m. That's when the live stream occurs. Live stream starts at 9, ends at 12 or 11. I'm actually not too sure. I think it says it right on here. Does it say the time? Huh. It doesn't say what... Maybe I'm just blind. So yeah, so if you guys want to meet us, make sure to be there by about 8:30, a little bit before 9, to get in line so that we can get into the store. And even if you guys can't make it, I definitely urge you to watch the live stream. Nonetheless, starts at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so you guys can convert that to whatever time zone you are in. And yeah, that's about it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.